So this is the deal, yo. I'm going to let you on my live stream. 27 years we've known each other, but if you're inappropriate, it's going to be bad news bears.
Inappropriate? What exactly are you suggesting?
Everything that comes out of your mouth, if we could just cease and desist,
Sir.
all of that.
Sir, I'm hurt, actually. I'm hurt that these implications are just unfounded and unjust. I've never been inappropriate in my life. I am Mr. Appropriate.
Never inappropriate. And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I have got one of my lifetime best friends, one of my few buddies from high school that's still around. Sadly, I've lost a few of my best friends out there due to life and stuff. But he has been around for 27 years. Pretty awesome. We've been friends for a long time. This is Dilstradamus from what guild? Say hi to your guild.
I'm from the Order of the Eternal Empire.
Very cool. And you
Bulba's Alliance.
You brought a special guest with you today, didn't you?
Yeah, I brought my nephew.
Right.
Step over here. This is Darth Baca. He's from our feeder guild.
Yeah, the Academy.
The Academy of the Eternal Empire. And they're pretty outstanding. So
Yeah.
And anyways, come on back in here, Warrior.
All right, so we're going to do our best to kind of eat the mic and make sure we're close to it so you guys can hear us. But how's everything going from out there? I see greetings from Mexico, Roberto. Roberto, my wife's down there building homes right now, so she's probably closer to you than you are to us. Everybody's saying hello. Tangent Revolution, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
All right, so I'm going to kind of play in the background. I'm going to be doing my dailies. I'm going to show you kind of where Scissorman is at. If you have questions, make sure to form it with a question or tag me, and then Dilstradamus can either answer it or he can kick it over to me. If you guys want to know anything about Warrior and his past, Dilstradamus knows everything about me. Everything.
Yes,
He's
quite a few.
literally like a brother. He was a brother to me growing up. So
Still brothers.
yes, still brothers.
brothers.
Absolutely. So pretty cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, so where are we at development-wise? I am focused on, let's see, Boba Fett and Greedo and...
Excuse me really quick. Sorry.
Yep. And so we've got Cad Bane. I'm basically looking at bounty hunters. And then I've got Thrawn, 7 stars that I'm working on, trying to get him back up. Brandon's asking, why did Sure Shot shave his head?
Well, I am not Sure Shot. I cannot grow as awesome of a beard as Sure Shot can. So I'm Dilstradamus. Sure Shot, he's a nice guy, but I can't mimic his facial hairstyles. The best I could get is a medium beard, but yeah. I hope you like the shaved head. It kind of chose me.
It absolutely chose you for sure. So I've got my Jedis and my Phoenix I'm working on. I'm still working on my ship's crew members like Biston, Scarif Rebel, Pathfinder. Scarif is the worst gear in the game, but up to level 7, he's actually pretty easy. After gear 7, it gets into a nightmare. I'm working on Empire. You can see Thrawn, Grand Moff Tarkin, Veers, Range Trooper. So I'm just going to kind of do some of the dailies. We're going to do this for a little bit. Darth Revan does not fit into the pillar system. Basically, he would be pillar 5, but we're not even going to put him on pillar 5 because he's more than in game, and pillar system is entry level to beginner to mid level gameplay. So you can kind of see where everybody's at. I've got gear 9 on my geos because I use them in ships. And still working on a lot of characters. Would love to work on Jolie Bindo more, but he's pillar 2, and I've got to kind of leave him be for now while I focus on my others. Ships or crew members have really taken a front seat. Anyone that's a crew member, you can see a lot of them in my favorites because I need them not only 7 stars, but geared up so I can actually use them. Unlocking ships is really the most important thing, so that's what we're working on, is to try to unlock the ships. So let's do an arena battle.
Let's do it.
And this is the team I'm using. Have you used Bastila Sean Fallen?
Yes, I have. Actually, that's a lie. No, I haven't.
Looks like Marty's got a question. What's that question?
Marty says, to either of you, seeing where the game is going, is it even possible for anyone free to play to be able to get ahead of the game if they haven't started from the start? Marty, I really resonate with that question. I'm free to play, and I got to tell you, dude, it has been a struggle. I feel like I'm constantly behind the power curve. I feel like as soon as I start to get a grip on one thing, they just go ahead and drop something else on me. I was just about to get ready, maybe in a month or two, to be ready for Revan, and then they drop the Dark Revan basically on us, and it's kind of disheartening, man. I got to tell you. So best thing I do is I just listen to what Warrior tells me to do, and I also just try to pick the characters that I think are the most fun, and I develop them. And, if it doesn't really work in the game, that's too bad. I happen to like Wampa, so I worked on Wampa. So, yeah, I just kind of pursue what I enjoy and whatever for the rest of it. It's my best advice.
That was an easy battle. So who got me into the game?
Yeah, I kind of had something to do with that. What's funny is Warrior was...
Kind of?
Warrior was on a bit of a sabbatical from games. He kind of had a thing going with another game, and so he had quit gaming entirely for like 6 to 8 months. And then Beastman, he's also in our guild. Beastman is a good buddy of mine. He got me playing this game, and then I came over to visit Warrior, and I was like, dude, you got to try this game. You got to try this game. And he's like, no, I'm not playing video games anymore. And I was like, bro, you got to try this game. I'm serious. You love it. It's so great because you can pick whatever characters you want from Star Wars and develop them. I got Boba Fett, man. I mean, Boba Fett, And the game was pretty new. I got in kind of probably 3 or 4 months after the game started. Always free to play, and yeah, I got Warrior hooked, and then I got his brother Imagix hooked as well. And I'm sorry, so I've created a monster.
Yeah, he is officially responsible for the chaos that is Warrior Presents. He got me into this game when I said, I'm never doing mobile gaming again. So, yeah, it was interesting.
That is exactly what you said. You said, I will never, ever do it again. I've given it up. I quit. And I was like, I was like pushing it on like drugs. I was like, here, just try a little bit, man. It won't hurt you.
There's definitely some truth into that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but it just feels a little laggy today on my gameplay. It's like the game itself is laggy, not the computer or my internet or anything, because, we're good here, but just feels laggy. I don't know if that's for other people, if they're feeling that same thing. Ever since the update, I felt like things have been a little bit, laggy or whatever. Let's see what else. 73 says, thanks to you. It says you made things better for all of us because he's here helping. So that was
thanks, bro. Nice. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I agree actually with what Warrior said as far as the lagging goes. I play on a iPhone 6 Plus, and yeah, it was a hand-me-down phone I got for cheap or whatever. It's the best I can afford. Free to play. It's difficult. But they push this update, and now the game takes forever to load. They've added these little quality of life things, which I like. Like before you go into a battle, it shows what tier your characters are, which is kind of cool, as if you didn't know what tier they were before. That's why you picked them. But it's those little subtleties that have made the game more bulky and slower, and it's just kind of annoying. But whatever. We're not really in charge. I guess we sort of are, but not really.
If you can keep him stunned in the attack challenge, he never takes a turn, and you can win pretty easily. I'm doing this, by the way. This is the first time I've had a chance to do this tack challenge at level 81. I just did it. So tell everybody out there, who the heck are you? I know you're Dilstradamus and you play the game and you're a friend of mine, but what do you do in real life? Why are you so broke you can't get an iPhone 6S? Why can't you get anything better than that? Let everybody know what you do. It's pretty awesome, by the way. Oh, and he's a vet, too. He was in the Air Force and served our country. So very excited about that. But tell everybody a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't really perceive myself to be all that interesting.
Whatever.
I've just been in college for a long time, and that takes all my money. I live in Arizona. I'm just visiting town. Most of my family lives here in Colorado, but I just drove up to see my family and to visit Will and see my mom and my niece's birthday, and then my nephew over here, Darth Baca. Yeah, came to see them, but yeah, I'm just in school, so school goes on forever.
But what are you in school for? Why are you in school for 12 years? Are you just that slow, or is it something that takes 12 years?
Well, honestly, I did take an extra year in undergrad so I could do art, but I'm in physical therapy school, and that takes a while. But that's actually how I met Beastman. Beastman is a bronze worker. He's an artist down in Mississippi, and he and I met in and bronze class, and that's where I learned how to do bronze working. And anyways, so.
But you went to med school for like 8 years, right?
No.
How many years do you have in school now?
10, I think 10.
10 years. That's absolute insanity. You've got, what,
much.
2 years of residency left?
Just one. I got one. Yeah, 1 year left, and then I'll be doctor of physical therapy.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. A doctor of physical therapy. That's
Then I can fix myself.
from all the injuries from when you were in the Air Force.
So many, yeah. And other injuries. Oh, my girlfriend's calling. Hold on, fellas.
I'll take over. Alrighty, let's see. Let's see if anybody's got any questions. Says, got my 7-star Thrawn today, only at level 79. Thanks for your guidance. RNGesus shine down on me. That's pretty awesome, Jarek. That's awesome. Furry Fluffy says 10 years, screw that in school. That's my thought on 10 years of school. I'm like, no way, man. I wouldn't want that either. School's good, but medical school is really, really a lot of work. It's really a lot of work. I only do 6 at a time on this, by the way, because I'm trying to physically see what I got, and I don't want to have to click 1,000 of them. I like to just click a couple and see what I got. Trying to get some critical damage mods. You just have to farm a stupid amount of mods before you find one that's even sort of worthwhile. So here we go. All right. Well, there's one that might be good. Nope, not good. Nope. Man, I tell you, critical damage is really difficult to find good mods. I farm it all the time. Love that. Gold with speed, yet it's 3 dots, so it's trash. It's too bad. And let's see. Hopefully, come on. Give me something good. All right. No. Boo. That's basically every day for these types of mods. Don't do well at all. Why is the Candorus RNG so bad, John asks. And that is just any high-end node. The drop rates are atrocious that high. Lunchbox pink Pink Taco Eater says Warrior Air Force. Doesn't he mean Chair Force? That's a good one. I'm going to have to use that when he comes back. Yeah, he was serving overseas in the Middle East, and so there was a lot of times he was actually in sand, sleeping in crappy conditions. So that's not Chair Force, but yeah, that's a good one. Most of the time, that's kind of the case, isn't it? All right, I'm going to go to my Cantina right now. I'm trying to get Geo Soldier. I've been delaying the inevitable, but I really need to get him and Sunfac and Geo Spy up to 7-star so I can just be done with them as far as the star count goes. So let's see. I've got some energy I can use. So let's do these. And let's get as many of the Geo Soldiers as I can. 5, boo. 3, even more boo. 6, all right, that's okay. We're getting somewhere with that. Let's see, ships, same thing. Ships, man, it's so hard to get anything to drop in ships for sure. Aldry says, what's up, Warrior? What's going on, brother? All right, we're going to try and get these ships. I'm definitely pushing really hard for Sunfac. Let's see. I've only got 300 energy. So we're going to do 2 of them. And we're going to do some Sunfac. There we got 2 of them. We're going to get some Boba Fett shards, hopefully. And we're going to go for Biston. And we got 1 for 1. That's pretty good. All right. And then we're going to move over and we're going to get some regular stuff. We're going for, let's see, Range Trooper and let's see, General Veers. General Veers has not been dropping very well for me lately. All right, here we go. Just in case the RNG rolls nasty, we can roll it twice. There we go. We got a couple of Veers, whoop-dee. And let's move over now to range. I can do a little bit of range. I did some earlier just to burn up some energy because I was having issues with the energy earlier. All right. Let's see. I've got some more energy, and there's some other characters I definitely need to go after. Let's do some gear. I'm trying to get Grand Admiral Thrawn higher on gear. It's so difficult. This purple gear just takes a while to level up, as everyone knows. But let's try and get at least one piece knocked out today. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Did you see that? 3? That was awesome. There you go. There's 4. 4 pieces. We're good. Okay, let's craft that bad boy. Let's equip it. And let's move over to this guy. All right, we need 20 of those and Mark IVs. We actually get Mark IVs quite a bit, so let's do this one. Let's see if we can get the last 3 pieces of this. We should be able to get the last 3 pieces. Here we go. Boom. That dropped excellent. So all we got left for Thrawn is a Mark IV, which we need a lot of. But we should be able to get this in the next 24 hours. There we go. And nothing, of course. Why would it drop what I need? But the RNG's been decent today, not too bad. All right, let's see. Enhance a ship, we can do that. Trying to get Biston's U-Wing up to level 81. I don't know. Oh, I do have enough to do that. There we go. And man, ability material pieces are so hard in every area of the game for sure. All right, fleet challenge. We haven't done our fleet challenge yet. I can't believe I forgot to do that. These are difficult. I tell you, I've been trying the level 72 with level 80 ships, and I still can't beat it. It's crazy how overpowered the level 72 tier 3 is, and I, in theory, should be able to do the tier 4, but the ships is definitely skewed a little harder than the regular side of things. Ships is definitely more difficult. And Galactic War, and we should be able to do an arena battle as well. Again, that timer should be up by now, and I got to climb a little bit today, so let's do one of these, and then we'll go to arena. Andrew says, yes, they're way harder than they say. For sure, they're coded to not be too difficult, but for some reason, they really are more difficult than normal nodes. Wow, 43K, that was welcome. That was pretty good. That's pretty neat. All right. And that's all he wrote. And let's kill her, get her out of here. How's your Grand Arena matchup, Scissorman? Well, on Scissorman, there is no Grand Arena. You got to be level 85, and I'm not. On my main account, I set my 7 defenses in my ship, and I'm going to obviously have to go in and win 7 offensive battles. We will see. The gentleman I'm fighting has set good defenses in the past, but has also set crap in the past, and so it's a mixed bag. Sometimes it's very difficult to beat him, and other times I've beat him easier. So it depends on which side of him shows up, which one he decides he wants to do. All right, let's go ahead and make another jump. I love these Empire teams. They make it really, really easier. Xlore says, Warrior, I match up with Urza in the Grand Arena pool. Do you have any advice? I love this Grand Arena round. Just play your very best. He's very creative, so you definitely want to make sure you put some good offense out, or have some good offense available, so that way you can shoot through his teams, but make sure you set good defenses, so that way he has to struggle to win. Let's see. Let's call Grandmaster Yoda. This should win. Bam. There we go. We're going to try and do a one-shot to Grand Moff Tarkin. Almost. And then let's go ahead and finish him off. And we're going to move over to Thrawn. We don't want him to use his fracture. And let's give everybody these buffs. Very good. Now we should be hitting a little bit harder. And I'm afraid of who he's going to fracture. He's going to fracture someone. Oh, he decided to heal. Very cool. Let's ability block him. Let's go ahead and hammer him down. There we go. And the foresight does make it a bit annoying to hit, but we got to clear it, and then we'll hit him. We got to try and kill him. TIE Fighter Pilot starts to hit pretty hard. Oh, there's 40 grand with no buffs over Yoda's head. That's pretty good. Bam. Uh-oh. Almost lost Kanan. Rough. Let's give some protection back. Let's do some damage. All right, 19K. What do we get on a basic? 15K. Bastila's drop rates are disgusting at the moment. I got 2 with 16 sims, so 1 per 8. Yeah, that sounds about right, Alex. That's too bad. But drop rates for those higher end characters are terrible for sure. There we go. Yep, getting back in. You can see some of the guys in the top 10. Definitely characters I can beat. And let's see. I haven't done a fleet arena. Qui-Gon Jim Gur says, love your Scissorman series. Greetings from Germany. Thank you very much for the donation. And shout out to Germany. Very cool. Lots of people from Denmark from France, from a lot of the UK. We've got a bunch of people in Canada, South America, Central America, just people from all over watching right now. So very, very cool. All right. Question. Skywalker Vader says, hi, Warrior. With Darkside Revan coming soon, do you see CLS team a good counter to D Revan team? Thanks. Yeah, I think that CLS will do well. He's going to limit the bonus attacks, so he's got a kind of built-in anti-Chewie, but the good news is you always get the jump with Han Solo, and so hopefully you'll be able to take out one of the characters like Darkside Bastila really pretty quick in the first round, or whoever their squishiest character is. Get him from 5-on-5 to 4-on-5, and hopefully that'll really start the battle off right. But once somebody else goes below 50% health, there's that equalization. So you got to kind of be careful. Plus he's got the marked capability to go after your leader, which would then put the marked on your CLS. And then all of a sudden your CLS is going to be highly targeted. The good news is CLS can regenerate health and protection. So we will see how it plays out. It almost appears to be too overpowered, but we have no gameplay footage. So it's all going to bottom line come down to the amount of damage output that team is going to have, bottom line. Sev says, what's up? Alex says, how are you enjoying going free to play? I've been really, really enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun in the series. It takes a ton more time, so that's been very difficult. The amount of time investment is huge, so that's difficult, but it's definitely been fun and worth it. It's just, it definitely takes a lot to, play free to play because all the time investment. You got arena climbs in 2 teams now. I've got a ship climbs in 2 teams, and my payouts are offset by an hour. So I have like 4 hours straight of nothing but battles every single day. And I want to be competitive in my Scissorman account, so I'm trying not to miss any of my arena battles. But some days like yesterday, I just didn't have the time to climb. I got a top 10 in both, and that was as good as it was going to get. I just didn't have the time yesterday to put in on both accounts. It's very, very difficult to do that many accounts. Triple mollywop, bam! All right. Let's go ahead and now go after Kylo Ren Unmasked since he stuns. We're going to try and kill him. And let's see, we're going to bring in our Phantom. Oh, Jamie wants to see the raid characters and how they're coming along, and I will definitely showcase that. We definitely want to see how those are doing. Oh, I hate Boba Fett underneath Admiral Akbar. Absolutely hate Boba Fett. Super annoying with his regeneration of protection, just like that. Oh. Okay, come on. Let's go ahead and let's try and put some advantage up so we get some extra damage. Contingent 33. He is one of my patrons. He donated $10. That was super, super kind of you. Thank you, Contingent 33. He says, thank you for everything you do for the community. With your Scissorman Thrawn video, I was able to get both of my alts, their Thrawn. That's pretty awesome. Alex says, do you think I'll be able to get a 7-star Chewbacca with a Gear 12 Zated Bosk, Jango, Boba Fett, Zam, and Greedo? Absolutely think that's possible for sure. All right, I'm going to keep chewing away on this team. Hopefully we can come out with a victory. This should be a team I can beat relatively easy.
Hey, fellas. It was a good conversation with my lady. You know how that goes. I sent her the link so she could watch and then tell me what a goober I am later.
You're a goober regardless, not just later.
Always have, always will.
So I'm just trying to beat this team. He's actually kind of an underpowered team. So let's see. This is what we're going to do. I'm actually save my call to assist, and I'm going to do this triple shot on the good guy and hopefully kill the other one. Not quite. Didn't quite work out the way I thought.
Wah, 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 wah. Almost. Oh,
it was a good thought.
TIE fighter in there. Oh, pain.
First order. It was a gamble that didn't pay off, but that's all right. I'm still going to win. And if they ask any questions and you know the answer, feel free to answer them.
Christos, that's funny. See, you're a stud, warrior.
Yeah. All right. This is all she wrote. It's going down now. Check it out right here. Bop. And kabop.
That'd be pretty funny if that was a whiff right there. It's just like, well, dodge, miss.
That happens all the time where I'm like, one battle, I have like 7 misses when you know they never miss. And then the next battle, they all hit and there's no misses. That's what we call RNG.
Yeah, what was the event they just had out, which was, what was the one, the Rebel Roundup? You know, you go in there and it's like, I got my Empire team in there like, dodge, 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 dodge. And it's like, that's not even possible.
You have to use your bounty hunters because bounty hunters get a special buff that give them more damage and stuff every time they kill. So they use the ability, kill someone, and then they get the buff. And you can get that buff stacked 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 times on your bounty hunter. Okay. And then they're hitting for like a 500,000 at the end of the battle. Okay. The Imperial Troopers just take bonus turns. Yeah. And the bonus turns are dumb for your Imperial Troopers.
Okay. Fair enough. See, I'm learning. I got him into this game and then I'm like, okay, dude, you've been playing for like 2 years less than me. How do I do this? And he's like, okay, here's how you get Thrawn. Here's how you do this. So yeah, no, it's.
So you're a day one player. You actually started playing on day one. I started playing
day 90 or something like that.
The end of 2015, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
And they started basically November or whatever. And then I started in June of the next year. So I actually have 8 months behind where you're at, I think.
8 months behind and what, 2 million galactic power in front of me. What is your galactic power anyways?
My galactic power on my main account or this account?
Your main account.
Okay. 5.4 million.
Jeez. I just hit 3.6 million and I'm like, all right, that's pretty
And you're
good.
totally free to play. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I try and tell everybody that like everybody I know is actually free to play who plays this game. Like my brother was for a very long time until Revan and then he went crazy. You're free to play. Sure Shot's free to play. So I'm like, I get free to play. I just on my main account didn't want to be free to play, had the ability to not have to be. All right, I got a question from Alex again. It says, have you considered making Grand Arena videos? Yes, and I am. I'm currently working on that 3 versus 3 series, but we will be doing a 5 versus 5 series as well.
And here's probably where I should input some sort of comment or something witty, but I don't really have anything. So, ta-da.
That's hilarious. Okay, they wanted to see my characters, very specifically the Raid Chase characters, to see where I'm at with those characters. And so here's Han Solo, 77 for 145. I'm basically halfway there. Same thing with General Kenobi, 72 for 145, so basically halfway there, and then a little bit lower on the totem pole. I actually started getting Darth Treya. It is going to take me another still 6 months to unlock Treya just because of how low I place. I only get 5 shards. And so I'm 100 shards away. We only do 1 raid a week because we don't have a lot of people doing 600. We need more people doing 600 in Force Canada. We need like probably, I don't know, you should talk to my guild leader to get on to Force Canada because we need a few more people that are willing to do 600 so we can roll and do more battle or more raids, because we're not really doing a ton of raids every week. We're doing a few. We're doing 1 of these a week. That's it. So I get 5 a week.
5 is better than 0.
You're getting more than 0.
True. But a lot of people are in guilds where they're not getting anything. Before our guild joined Boba's Alliance, we couldn't crack the Sith raid, and Boba's Alliance donated and loaned players to us that taught us how to beat the Sith raid, and then we were able to master it. Now we crush it all the time, but sometimes you need a little help. And so when I say that I'm glad to get 5 instead of 0, I was in the 0 park for a very, very long time, and so now I'm pretty stoked when I get my 5 to 7 shards. I'm still working on getting Treya to 7-star.
Where's your Treya?
She's 5-star, about halfway to 6. Got 2 Zetas on her and gear 11. She's cool. I love this.
I freaking love this map. Yep, it's my favorite too.
Excuse me for 1 second.
All right, so we're going to go for Darth Vader. I think Darth Vader's probably the biggest issue in this lineup. And let's go ahead and finish him off. See, John Harvey says, Warrior, do you plan on streaming the Darth Revan event or making a full-fledged how to unlock 7-star event video? Not sure how I'm going to handle it yet, but probably just make a pre-made 12-minute video on the event and probably only do maybe the 6th or 7th round, because the earlier rounds are always super easy and nobody really needs to see, round 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, yeah, I'll probably do just like a regular video. I'm not sure I'm going to live stream it. Might not have time to do that. I might, though. We'll see. We'll see. Another question, Darth Baka, sitting next to me, texts me. He says, do you think we'll get any more Old Republic stuff after Darth Revan? Good question. Probably a tiny bit, but nothing of any real substance. I don't think that's going to be a ton. Mindless Focus asks me, when do I think it's going live? The event, I honestly don't know when it's going to go live. So I guess we're going to find out when it goes live. But I'm assuming now that they're releasing the kit information, it's probably pretty soon. It's probably coming up pretty darn quickly. And I love this event, by the way. You know what I'm doing right here, right?
Sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention. I was reading some of the comments, and I saw Syrup Chugger's name on there, and I was wondering if that was a throwback to Super Troopers, and if so, that's hilarious. Because we've been I keep bugging my girlfriend to do the Syrup Chug event, like chug, and she's like, no, gross, no way. So it just. Anyways,
so his question is, if you want to be in Force Canada, do you have to be a Canadian citizen? I am not a Canadian citizen, and I am in Force Canada. So no, the answer is no. But if you're a really cool person, you can be cool like the Canadians, and you can be in Force Canada. I know that from personal experience.
I mean, he says he's a cool person, but I don't know. I've been friends with this guy for 27 years. It's been
so
brutal,
give him a story that you don't think they've ever heard about me, but gotta be PG-13. You gotta keep it clean. But something that you find is a funny story from the past, but something that you can kind of clean up. So we're not gonna.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay, all right.
Best example that I can think of, and this is prime Warrior right here, is his brother and I always hung out probably a little bit more, just because we were more of like the rule breakers. We like to cheat at games and stuff, and we still do, as my nephew chimes in. Thank you, Darth Baka. The funny thing about Will is we would play games like Magic the Gathering and crap like that, and Will was very competitive. He would study the rule books, and he would learn all the rules, and we'd have these intense arguments about like what interrupt goes first or whatever. And his brother Imagix and me, we would always cheat and bend the rules, and often Warrior would defeat us by using the rules. And even if we're playing like Settlers of Catan or something, he will still follow the rules to a T and beat us. And the satisfaction that he gets out of beating us despite our attempts at cheating it kind of makes me mad. Sometimes I'm not going to lie, but that's his nature. He's an ethical man. He's got good morals and he does it his way. And so I respect that.
Yeah, I would be like, hey, how come you grabbed 2 cards on your turn?
What are you talking about?
And I'm like, you accidentally, and I always assume the best, right? I'm like, I think you accidentally grabbed 2 cards on your draw phase. And he's like, really? I don't think so. I'm like, you had 5 cards. You just drew those 2 top ones right there. And he's like,
I discarded, so you miscounted. So I'm sorry, you're wrong.
And then I'm like, I'm not wrong. And you're like,
yeah, okay, I cheat.
It was super fun. So Contraband Cargo, super fun event. I can do round 1 and round 2 easy. There's 2 others, a tough and a deadly. The tough I'm not ready for yet, neither the deadly, but it is nice to be able to participate in this event, even with some kind of lower end ships. So I'm really glad that they had this event in here. The Imperial Chimera ship, I did 5-star. I put it on... actually put that on my Twitter account. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, it's at Warrior Present with no S, just Warrior Present. And I do daily uploads and videos and pictures and all sorts of crazy stuff on Twitter, and it really shows a lot of good stuff. Let's see. John's asking, why is Canderous Ordo's RNG so horrible? Because he's needed, so his drop rate was probably reprogrammed to 20%.
Like 1 in 6 or 1 in 9, some crap like that.
Something like that. Ooh, Chad, any board flipping moments?
Okay, not gonna lie. I've flipped the board 2 times in my life. One time was playing Monopoly, and
with your mom?
No, that was Settlers with my mom. And this is the most shameful part. Monopoly, everybody can probably relate to having flipped the board in Monopoly. And so I decided one day that I was going to teach my mother to play Settlers of Catan. And so I got the board out, and there was nobody else to play, so it's just me and her, one-on-one. And if you've ever tried Settlers of Catan one-on-one, it is a terrible mistake. Please do not do that, because the game tends to polarize, and if the person you're playing keeps rolling 7s, they just put the robber on your much-needed resource, like your only source of bricks, and you can't expand. And this is my mom's first game. She's a nice old lady, and she's just learning how to play, and she keeps getting lucky, keeps rolling the 7, keeps putting the robber on my bricks. I can't expand. I can't do anything. It's gone like 30 turns. I finally roll a 7. I move the robber away, and I put it on something. I'm like, oh, thank you. I finally get a turn. Very next turn, my mom rolls a 7, moves the robber right back onto the appropriate strategic spot, my bricks. I was like, oh, and I just, boom, flipped the board. My mom's freaked out, like I actually scared her, and I felt really bad about that for a long time. She, like I had a temper tantrum, and, I didn't even find the robber for a few months until my cat caught him. He's like batting at it, playing across the floor, and I was like, oh, I need that piece. So, got a timeout on Settlers of Catan for flipping the board on my mom, so... Shame.
When you told me that too, I was like, oh, when did that happen? Like 20 years ago? And you were like, oh yeah, that was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and that story lives in infamy. Anyways, yeah, Syrup Chugger, thanks for clarifying that. That's hilarious, dude. The throwback Super Troopers. Get Will to try that.
Yeah. That's funny. Sev says we need a flip the board option in Grand Arena. So if you're losing in Grand Arena, you can just push a button and flip the board. That would be actually hilarious. Or you can smack it and break the digital pieces, kind of like Chewbacca does on the Millennium Falcon. Let's see. Brandon says, is it possible a crap tune like the Sith Trooper becomes meta? First off, the Sith Trooper is not crap. He's been meta in the past, and he'll be meta again in the future. So if you don't have Sith Trooper, you probably by this time should have him, unless you've been free to play. He's been really, really good. Bill Bailey also says, finally caught your live stream. Speaking of Chimera, what do you think about strategizing Rebel ship farming for its next occurrence? I'm going to keep doing it passively on the side. My Rebel ships are going to continue to be developed when I have time, and so that way when it comes back in a couple of months, I'll be able to get it the last 6 and 7 stars. Let's see.
I agree that flipping the Scrabble board is a terrible mistake. Please don't flip the Scrabble board.
Another individual, Liam's asking, am I going to add Darth Revan into my pillar system? And I am not this year. He's definitely way too end goal. You should be 3 years in before you're going for him. Otherwise you have too many other characters you should be going for and stay on target, right?
Actually, I wasn't paying attention again. Sorry. Who was it? You're supposed to play for 3 years.
They wanted to know if I should put Darth Revan in my like farming guide.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
But his guys are all like in-game characters. He'd have to go into Pillar 5 or a Pillar 6 that doesn't exist yet, because the characters you need to get him are like Basilisk Unfallen. And like these are like
20
at the very
energy
end.
just
Yeah.
to get one roll and crappy drop rates. And it's just... Yeah, I've been trying to farm Enfys Nest for, I don't know, like 9 months, and you get like 3 tries a day on her if you're not going to pay crystals. So today maybe I'll get her to 6 stars. It's been, I don't know, almost a year since she's come out. Great tune, but it's just ridiculous. So, yeah. And Robert Paulson, I do agree that Monopoly was created by the devil. If you're a person such as myself who is not naturally lucky, you'll go down the side and you just land on every single person's property. And then I've got hotels on Boardwalk and crap, and nobody ever lands on that. That was the board flipping moment.
The problem is it's statistics, right? You've only got 2 spots that pay you out, whereas I might own 6 of the cheapest side, but I own a whole side.
Sure.
So you're going to pay me every single turn,
There's statistics,
every single time.
But there's also the element of luck, as your brother would attest. His brother is like the luckiest human being that I've ever met, and he just does magic tricks, and he'll sit there and he'll be like, I'm going to roll a 7. He'll be like, plump, 7. You're like, how did you do that? He's like, ha, 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 gets a twinkle in his eye. It's luck. And that's it. That's all there is to it. For people that are not naturally lucky, too bad, I suppose. So that's why I don't play Monopoly and I don't play dice.
Got someone asking about, Steph asks, what do you think about switching Jolie with Chahani? No, don't do that. You have to play Risk. It's the perfect game to ruin your night with friends. Chad, we play Risk all the time. In fact, we even play it digitally.
I hate it. I hate Risk. And just die. That's one that's come close to flipping the board, but after a couple games of that, I'm like, nope, no more Risk. So
the way I play Risk now is I've got it as an app on my phone, and I have everybody else have the app on their phone, and we just sit in the living room and we all play the board game, but on our phones, looking at each other and laughing and talking. The games go infinitely faster. You can play an entire game of Risk in like 40 minutes or less. Very easy. Most of the games last 25 or 30 minutes when you do it that way. So pretty awesome.
Is that Ryrock? Ryrock, you got Nest to 7-star, Gear 12 2 days ago. Congratulations, man. That is just what a slog. Like, I'm actually going to pause her at 6-star just because I can't take 100 more shards of 1 shard a day, sometimes 1 every 2 days. What is that? If I get 1 every 2 days, I'm not a mathematician. That's what
300 shards. 300 shards though by 330.
300 days, 600 days.
Yeah, two years.
2 years. 2 years for that. So yeah, forget it. I might quit playing the game by then.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah.
So do you remember when we were playing hide and seek? We used to get like all ninja about it in high school because I was like, I'm going to be a Navy SEAL, so I'm taking it seriously. Do you remember that time when I got so good? When I got so good at it, and then you guys left me, and I was stuck in that pipe. Do you remember? You guys went back inside because you couldn't find me. I won so well that you guys couldn't find me, so you gave up on the game, and you went inside. Like an hour later, I'm in the pipe. I'm like, hello, is anyone coming?
You got played. We got tired of looking for you in the dark, and so we're like, let's go inside and like play Mortal Kombat or something. And Magic. Did we play Magic? You got left in the pipe. Yeah, there's this one time we were like, 16? We're driving around on Halloween. I was wearing a ninja suit, like full-on ninja suit, and we had swords and stuff. And we were having a good time. We probably shouldn't be trick-or-treating, but whatever. Free candy's free candy. No argument against that. Anyways, Will, the do-gooder here, the Mr. Rules guy, he had a beef with the police when we were younger. And some cops kind of just rolled through a stop sign, and he leans out the window of my car while I'm driving, and he's like, citizens arrest, and he's just shouting at these cops, and they're like, boop, they turn their lights on and pull over immediately. And I'm like, shut up, man. And they get out, and they come back to us, and they're like, who wants to make a citizen's arrest? And I'm like, you run your mouth, you talk to him, dude. Like, I have no problem here, officer. I don't need a ticket. Please don't pull me over. But anyways, And so then he became a police officer, of course, which is kind of ironic to me and kind of entertaining. So
It's true. I did become that which I despised, but I despised it only because, listen, if you're a cop and you're going to a call that is important, it's a domestic violence and the man or woman is being killed, like go code 3, put your lights and sirens on, get there yesterday, like go fast, be safe, but go fast. But if you're just a cop going to get your tacos for lunch and you're speeding because you feel entitled to be able to go in excess of the speed limit, I have a significant problem with that. I had a significant problem with that when I was younger, and I still to this day have a significant problem with that. Dude, you're a law enforcement officer, which means you have to set a perfect example, which means unless you're going to a call code 3, you drive like everybody else. It's not a preference, it's a requirement of the law. You must follow all laws unless you are going code 3. There is no 2.5. You're either code 2 or you're code 3, period. So code 3 is lights and sirens. Code 2 is driving like a normal human being.
You should represent the law. If you're the one who's appointed to uphold the law, I think you should represent it. You should lead by example. The best leaders lead by example. If you can't do that, then step aside and let the appropriate leader take hold. So anyways,
your favorite rage moment in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes? My favorite rage moment has probably been when I have a superior Revan team to everyone on my leaderboard. I always go first. I've got the highest offense on my Yoda. Everything, my Bast or my Jolie Bindo was like 60,000, 62,000 health. Like I've got it modded better than anyone. And that's not arrogance. That's just what it is. And then you lose on offense. You lose on offense because you time out or it works perfectly and you die. And it's like, that's really frustrating. And there's been a couple of moments where I'm trying to climb. I only have 20 minutes to do 2 battles. I'm trying not to spend crystals. And then you lose both battles and you end up spending, 100 crystals in like a 5-minute period trying to do 2 battles in a rage mode. Revan has definitely increased my rage more than normal.
I just wanted to say to Chad that's hilarious because he says the story would have been perfect if you had been dressed as a police officer. That would have been funny. Yeah. I am the law.
No, Contingent asks, was the base speed for Darth Revan released? No, none of his stats have actually been released. And then Chad says, having been a police officer and a firefighter for parents, I wholeheartedly agree with you, Warrior. What up, brother? Represent everybody who has, everyone who is and has been law enforcement that has done it ethically. You guys have my greatest respect. I absolutely love all of the hardworking firefighters and law enforcement that are out there, and the majority are. What I'm talking about is just the exceptions to the rule that think they're kind of above the law, and there are a few out there.
Yeah, and so Mindless Focus wants to know why you left the Force.
Mindless Focus. The reason why I left the Force is I had so like anything, I don't do anything hastily. I do analysis.
Plot and plan.
Yep. There's pros, there's cons. You have to decide is it worth this and that. So I made a list and I said if I can come up with 10 reasons that are legitimate why I should leave law enforcement, I'll evolve and move into a newer, safer job. And so I came up with a very large list that was in excess of 10. There was a lot of stuff on there. One was like political. It's very, very political. If someone likes you, things are great. But if someone doesn't like you, they just make your life hell. That's not just law enforcement. That's everywhere. So sometimes jobs suck because of your coworkers. Other times, there was... I was a lead death investigator for the last few years. The last 3 years, I did death investigation. I saw a lot of suicides. In fact, Colorado, not just Colorado, but Mesa County, where I live, Mesa County has the highest suicide rate in the whole entire United States of America. The number one suicide rate county in the nation is my county. You do 60 suicides a year, investigating them. You get tired of looking at dead teenage girls who hung themselves and 55-year-old women that look like your mom that put a single bullet in their head with the same gun that your mom owns. You know what I mean? You get people who are drunk, they crash and they kill 5 family members, but they survive with a bruise on their forehead. So, I mean,
or you find a friend frozen to death in the alley.
yeah, my best friend's father. I found my best friend's father in the alley, dead, frozen to death. So there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of things you see you can't unsee. It was a season of my life. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed being a law enforcement officer, but when I had an opportunity to go back into sales, to do a sale of a product that I actually full-heartedly believe in, it wasn't a hard decision, really, and I made sure to have a list of solid reasons why. You know, when I was a cop, you know what I didn't get? Guess what I didn't get? I was married, man. That happened. What are you talking about?
You have a good woman.
Yeah, I have an awesome wife. You know that, dude.
Yep,
She's awesome.
She's awesome.
So, but it was just a season. It was one of those things that I was ready to leave, but you got to believe in the product that you do and all that kind of stuff. So it was just timing and whatnot. But, the first year I left, I missed it a little, but I haven't missed it in a long time. But, it was good. My wife was super happy. I mean, I talked to her and I said, do you think I should leave and go do something else? And she was like, yep, yep, let's do it.
Yeah, and I got to agree, man. Like, having known you as long as I have known you when you were police, you became grumpier and just generally more of a negative guy. And if you know Warrior and you watched his videos, he's a very upbeat fella. And to see him just being a grump, and just kind of like, just complaining a lot. And I was like, man, you're not yourself. Like, something's got to change. And so he came up with the decision to make the move. And I agree and wholeheartedly support that.
It's kind of tough, but when you start to recognize that things within yourself are different than they were prior, you have to make a decision. Do you want to try and proactively get tools that will help you be a better person? Or do you want to... yeah, right. And so I decided for me, the best thing for me and my family was to evolve into another career path that was a little bit less, stressful and whatnot. So, all right, let's do this. This is a pretty easy battle. All right, so let's see what else. He's always roasting me. What else? 73. He said, well, if you were married, then definitely not, based on the comment that Jared Dilstradamus said. So that's pretty funny. Actually, that would be incorrect. Not that anybody out there needs to know this, but my wife keeps me on my toes. Let's just put it PG-13 like that. She keeps me on my toes. It is not a problem. All right, so Matthew asks, with Revan, so specialized against Jedi, are you going to shift your arena team? I'm going to shift my arena team at first, for sure, just to try it out. I want to give the team the proper due, give it the right modding, and try it out and see how it works and see what it's like. And then if I like it, I'll keep it. And if I don't, I can always revert and go back to the original. But I want to really kind of focus in on, this new team and see what it is. I think it would be a lot of fun. Let's see what else. Yeah, I've seen you have a bunch of kids too. Good for you, brother. Don't brag too much. Yeah, I know, right? I have 4 kids, so the pipes work. So there's that. All right, let's finish this battle. Skywalker Vader says, thanks for being a first responder. Awesome. Chad, it's a draining job for sure. An interesting segue. Have you tried the purple bed? I actually have tried a purple bed, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I actually thought the purple bed would be the bed that I would like the most. But when I tried the purple bed, I actually fell right through and hit the bottom of the platform below the bed. It was way too soft for my weight. So if you're a bigger guy, if you're over 200 pounds, I don't know if that bed would work for you. It definitely wouldn't work for me. So that was an issue, but I thought it was going to be amazing. It just didn't work out so well. Audrey says, are you doing any future collaborations with other game changers? I try when I can to do collaborations, but my schedule and the other game changer schedules tend to not work well together. It kind of happens that they're available when I'm not. I know Cubs fan Han and I basically have zero capability of working together because the one day he has available, or the one day I have available, he's never available for, which is why we've pretty much never done a video together. Nukin's gone quiet. I don't know what he's doing now. And Arnold and Mobile Gamer are pretty busy individuals. Same thing. They're available on Thursday mornings, Friday mornings. I'm normally almost always not available during that time. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. Chad, the pipes work. The pipes work. Oh, we're doing pretty good. We got 3 more nodes. Let's get back out really quick. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more of the challenges, collect more of this. Spending all of my purple mats on characters I don't want to spend purple mats on, but you know, you kind of have to, especially for ships, and then also for my my bounty hunters. And the reason is my bounty hunters are not very good, and I've got to make them better because I need to get more credit heist credits. So been really trying to max out Boba Fett. I got Greedo to gear 8. He went to gear 8 really pretty easy, to be completely honest with you. Let's see his modding. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's upgrade this. Oh, lots of protection. Dang it. That's not what I needed. Let's go ahead and do this. Man, this mod, lots of health. No, come on. Speed, +6. Very good. Ah, that's pretty good. All right, someone asks, has a legendary after DR been scheduled yet? No, I don't believe so. This one's not very good, but let's just go ahead and level it up. I need these mods leveled up, and they're okay. These are not terrible mods. They're okay. They're not as good as I'd like, but they're okay. And then let's see. Let's do the explosive sabotage and threaten for sure. And we don't want to do his leadership ability. Don't need that. The shot first, the +15% damage. That's really good. Let's see, the unique, definitely good. There we go. All right, we've got him invested quite a bit. Let's see, Cad Bane. Do I have anything? A unique. We can do the unique on Cad Bane. There we go. That's so painful to spend that stuff on there. But you gotta invest in everything. It's like a slow grind on everything. It's really difficult free to play. You constantly have to refocus, making sure that you're staying on target with the most important. Let's see, ships. We can get a little bit more droid bots. Let's try to do this again. I'm level 80, for goodness sake. I should be able to beat this dang thing, but it does require Mace Windu, and I have him level 1. That's pretty bad. All right, let's try it. Yeah, the Mark III material, the purple mats, they're difficult for sure. All right, let's do this. See, look at that damage. The rebels do so much damage. Let's try and get a stun. Got the stun. All right, we're going to go ahead and try to do the triple mollywop. Blow. It reduces turn meter when you hit them as well with their basics, which is pretty good. You always do this ability because it puts up a special buff. You want to get invincibility as fast as possible. Let's see. We got to kill. There's just so much damage with these rebels, which is why I don't do well on this particular event. Let's go ahead and debuff the whole team. Let's go ahead now and hit everybody. Bow, 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 bow. Lots of turn meter when you got lots of enemies. It's funny, Patrick says, keep them with speed. He's responding to Matthew, who says, how do you know what mods to keep? I have a ton of 5-dot mods. Well, it comes down to what do you need, but mostly if it has speed, you definitely should keep it. Man, I'm losing this bad. They're going to bring in another reinforcement, and I haven't even killed one ship. Yep. So this is not happening. Okay. That's what I thought. Level 72. I don't know why they say level 72. It just doesn't seem like level 72 is a thing. Ryrock, very cool. He'd made a donation. Very awesome. Hey, by the way, Ryrock, look at your little helmet, your Spartan helmet, and check this out. That is patina. That is actual bronze work. This is bronze work from Athens, from Greece. Yep. And you're an artist, man. You could tell people about how it was made and everything because I was given it as a gift.
Yeah, I won't bore you with the details, but working bronze it's really a good metal to work with. It grinds really nicely. It welds really nicely. You can put a lot of different colors and textures on it. It's really fun to work with. As I said, I won't bore you with the details, so I could, but I won't. We'll put this down.
It's pretty cool. Huh?
I do have a funny story for you guys, though, unrelated to Star Wars. Yesterday, I was playing soccer, not very well, with my nephews at the park, and Darth Baca, who you had seen earlier, he just rolled up on me and just pantsed me really hard and got my shorts around my ankles, and it was pretty embarrassing. So well done. There you get in here. Yeah, there you saw him. But I just got him about 30 seconds ago coming back into the room. So
So what you're saying is you like to pull other men's pants down. Okay. So Damus, Dilstradamus, he's calling you Damus. It says, the two galactic chase ship events really helped me farm nest after the crystal ship energy packs. The drop rate was very good with both events. By the way, Warrior, it's pronounced Rayrock, aka Phimok. Thanks for all you do, Rayrock. Very cool, Rayrock. Awesome, Rayrock it is.
Thanks, bro. I was wondering how to say it, and I didn't want to butcher your name. So, anyways, yeah, thank you.
I wanted to butcher it.
Yeah, Enfys Nest, man. That's just what a great character, but geez, what a slog of a farm. It's just terrible trying to farm her. I can't think of, well, maybe the veterans were worse to farm just because of how bad they suck and how useless they are. And the fact that it just goes on and on. They're both cantinas. So you farm one and you finally get them to 100 and you take this big sigh, and then you just pick up and start with the next one. And that's just, oh. Yeah, you only use them for the event and you finally get JTR. Like, I despise that so much that I just got JTR 2 months ago,
and you've been playing since the beginning.
Yeah, and I just got JTR, so that's how badly I did not want to farm the vet. So everybody out there that's done it, congratulations for the suffering.
For the suffering that they've done. I am with you. For the suffering. I'm not looking forward to that. Although she's a little lower on the priority list now with Night Sisters and Revan and so many other CLS and so many others that do lots of really great damage. You really don't need JTR quite as quickly as you did.
I'd like to give a shout out to Kiwi Camel. Thank you very much for saying that I'm attractive and smart. And also very bald. So those are all things that are positive. So that's my girlfriend, Kiwi Camel. She's awesome.
I knew it. Nobody else would actually come on here and say that you were attractive and smart. If they know you, only the attractive part is real. No, I'm just kidding.
Definitely not smart. Yeah.
I can't lie about the attractiveness, man. You and your past, girls came everywhere. Oh, that sounded horrible.
I was going to say, literally.
They came to the house. That's bad. Let me rewind that.
You actually blushed. You have actually.
Yeah, I've actually read. You know what I meant. They came over, hung out. Not like that. Oh my gosh. You have got such a dirty. Everyone out there's got a dirty mind too. Awkward.
I was just talking about.
Kiwi says, "Uh-oh."
They visited sometimes. This was in the past.
You had no problem with having girls who were friends.
I'm a friendly human being.
Yes.
Don't get me divorced, bro. Come on.
Sorry about that, you guys. Sorry about that.
Let's see. Yeah.
I knew having you on here was a bad idea because I knew we couldn't keep this PG.
We've kept it PG.
Relatively. I just knew it.
If their minds have drifted because they were thinking
Because I said
something else, that's not your problem. Like I have a rat.
That's right.
I have a rat that I made that's bronze, and
true.
I made this rat out of I took a large, what is that called? The like a melon, the long ones. It was like if I'm the term is slipping my mind right now, but it was like a gourd, a long gourd that was very phallic looking. And anyways, I kind of stood it like this, and then I put a rat's head on it, and I cast that in bronze, and then the rat is sitting on its haunches, and so it kind of looks like, I guess in some people's minds, they might think that it looks like something not a rat. And if that's what
It looks
they
like
see,
something between your legs.
it looks like
what you're
male genitalia. And if that's what they see, then sir, the problem is with you, not with me.
Unless, of course, that's what you saw when you were making
Which
it.
is exactly what I saw when I made it, and that's why I made it that way, which is really funny. It's it's a little detector.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, yeah, zucchini. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Camel.
Yes. Kiwi Camel's helping you out. She definitely loves you.
She is a very good woman. She's a good woman.
All right.
The yodeling pickle.
Well, we've basically done everything. I got all my dailies done. We got to hang out. Thank you, Dilstradamus, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out. And for everybody out there, everybody's saying hi. Go ahead and say goodbye to everybody.
Right on, guys. Thanks for watching. And Warrior, thanks for having me and my nephew, Darth Baka, on. And again, shout out to Boba's Alliance for helping us smash the Heroic Sith, and to Order of the Eternal Empire and Alliance of the Eternal Empire. Me and Darth Baka's guilds have been excellent to us, and they're really cool, chill back guys. So, and I'd like to also say shout out to my lady, Kiwi Camel. She's rad, and I miss her. So,
and I am not filling her shoes while you are gone. So, as always, thank you for watching. Keep on gaming. Keep your gaming on, bro.